I'm Kimberly asking, where can I get more information about all your research? You're the first person I've heard explain it so well.
Thank you, Kimberly. And where are you located? Kimberly, in fact, why don't you come on, why don't you unmute yourself and let's see you up on the screen here. In fact, I'm gonna come out.
She's based in Austin.
Ooh, we love Austin.
Hey,
Where are you?
um,
There you are. I see you.
hi.
Hi there. So so that's a great question that you asked. Um, you know, to be honest with you, people tend to shy away from the research, Kimberly,
Yeah,
and,
I'm here.
and it almost seems too easy. Like the information that I put out, like when I was doing the research, there you are, I found you. Because you start asking the fundamental questions like, this is too easy. Like, why are more people not, they get too wrapped up with mitochondria and take this mineral and do this amino acid intermediary. Just the cells, the body knows what to do. It's chiropractic 101. It's called innate intelligence. So really, when instead of going in and trying to manipulate the micro, go macro, influence the field through the electromagnetic field, through the bioresonance aspect, there's a piezoelectric effect, and the biochemistry will follow suit. Now, is there more to it? Could you have infection? Could you have toxins? Yes. But we can work with that as well too. In my practice, I only used 3 things: minerals, probiotics, and lymphatic drainage. That was it. And structured water. Hydrate, vibrate, gyrate. Those were the 3 things that I used externally for the body. The rest was all bioenergetic. You asked about where I got my research from. I've been researching frequencies since 2007. Who are some of the early people that, I've read countless books on anatomy and physiology. One of my favorite books was a book called it's called The Scientific Basis of Energy Medicine. The Scientific Basis of Energy Medicine by James Oschman, Oschman.
I have that. I just need to reread it.
Oh, you have that book? It's a hard book to read. One of the most difficult books I've read, next to like the Keys of Enoch, which is also an impossible book to read. I always say that book is great for, it's a cure for insomnia. It puts you right to sleep.
I need pictures. Yeah.
But I'd love to also share with you real quick, not about what I've done in the past, but what I wanted to share about what was just turned on to me. Last webinar, Dr. J, he's one of the founders of a supplement company called Cellcore. He bought a Vibe through this webinar, different content last month. And we were at his Cellcore conference in Boise, Idaho, and they're very research-based. And he sent me this research article. And there's 4 moments in my life that I can remember that were so profound it changed my life. One was that event that I went to with Bruce Lipton. Another one was when I ended up going to Peru for the first time with shaman and drinking ayahuasca. 5. One was when I went to San Diego to learn energy medicine. One was when I was exposed with my first mentor, Ed Bender, who turned me on to the word vibroacoustics and gave me all of this vibroacoustic research that I didn't even know even existed. And then this moment that I'm about to share with you was this article from PubMed. And it's a full-on, I was trying to give, Linda was asking me, give me the slides that we can put up. And I literally went through my phone and I highlighted every single bit that I thought was relevant of this, because it's all gold. And there's 2 parts that I'm just going to pick one. I'm doing like, it's an article roulette. Okay. Because they're all good. I'm just going to pick out one. Various studies indicate that neural activity is correlated to the ultra low photonic emission is what I was talking about. Thank you. And that there is a relationship between theta waves of the of an EEG and the intensity of photonic emission in vitro or in vivo in animal models. What does that mean? What this says is that they're talking about that you can impact photonic emission, like through the piezoelectric effect, with theta brainwave states, body hypnosis. Thank you. That's this entire process. That's what we're doing. And let's just pick one. Let's just pick one. Let's see what this says. Generating electromagnetic field, the chromosomes between behave like a laser emitter. Oh, this is a cool one. Like a modeled structure to emanate quantum images expressed as photons, which will then be organized into morphogenic information. We will not currently have any real, oh, I love this part. We do not currently have any real evidence that endorses DNA as a main source of ultra-low photonic emission. I'm going to reread what this says. Generating an okay. The chromosomes behave like a laser emitter. Chromosomes, these are what makes up genes, genetic material. This is genetic material. They behave as laser emitters, like modeled structure to emit quantum images. Quantum images? As modeled structure, expressed as photons or light, which will then be organized into a morphogenic informational field. If you don't know what that means, basically there's a blueprint of energy, and through
turn the video back on.
What's that?
Can you please turn my video back on so I can see your pictures that you're saying?
Oh, what do you want me to do?
I need to see you. I can't see you or your images.
Oh, really? You can't see me?
No, it was turned off. I just need to see you and the images you're showing us, and I'm not seeing anything. It's a black screen.
Emily,
You can turn my voice off.
It should be if you go to your views, and because there's like different views, I can see Stephen. But maybe where it says there's a top right-hand corner that says view, there's a gallery view, and then there's speaker view. So if you put it
I'm
on
afraid to push the button leave. Is this a button that says leave? I don't want to leave you.
Don't leave.
No, not leave. It's in the top right-hand corner.
You should be able to see me. You should be able to see me. So anyhow, I can go on. I couldn't. They're all good. I was like, hey, let's add a slide. And I was literally reading through these. I'm like, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. So I was like, forget it. We'll do this. So, and it goes on and on. But what I love best about this article is I'm a futurist. So is Emsley. So is Linda. That's why they're all working in this company with us. And we operate like 10 to 20 years in the future. And so it's frustrating sometimes when we're waiting for this 10 or 20 years to go by, because, that's why we're trying to stay as young as possible. Because by the time it all hits, we want to be looking as young and dapper as we possibly can. Right, Emily?
Yes, absolutely.
And so, but I remember back in 2000 when I was working with this and I was having these breakthroughs, I remember going to, WebMD and looking up the definition for autoimmune disease. And it said, for some unknown reason, the immune system becomes hypersensitive. For some unknown etiology, the immune system becomes hypersensitive and begins attacking itself. And they're like, okay, well, we don't know what it is. So let's give you exactly. Let's give you immunosuppressive drugs. Can we move? There we go. Let's create immunosuppressive drugs. And we don't know why the immune system's hypersensitive, but we're just going to suppress it. And according to that definition, I think that theory could be correct. But what ended up happening is they validated that the new definition is not unknown etiology, that due to infectious agents, due to toxins, due to emotional traumas, the immune system becomes hypersensitive and begins attacking itself. Oh, that changes everything. So now why would you suppress the immune system? The immune system is actually functioning at a really normal level. So you want to support the immune system, and let's address the infectious agents and the immune traumas and the emotional traumas and the toxins. And now the body's going to get better. And that's what we did. So, but it took years before that definition changed. So what I love about what we're reading here on this article is my favorite part of it is that they don't know, they did all the research about this, but they don't have any practical applications of how it's applicable. I do. So we're early. So congratulations to every single one of you guys that are here that resonates with this work. You have an opportunity to work with, they talk about new age. It's not new age, it's now age technology. The age is now. We are living in the future now. And so, yeah, I invite you guys to jump on board with us. We have any other questions? Lee, do you want to unmute yourself and can you ask a question? Any other questions?
Hello, did you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
I was asking about recycled plastic fabrics. Does that cause any effect on the bioresonance?
That's a really great question. On one end, I'm super into the recycling aspects of it.
Yeah.
Plastic's plastic. Whatever comment I will make, I need to preface it by saying that I know people that own plastic clothing companies. I don't know what level of process they're doing in their refinement process to make the fabric. So I can't say that, but my feeling is plastic's plastic. And I know that the skin is the largest sense organ of the body. And that we want it to breathe, and that I don't really want to have anything to do with plastic. Like, I don't want to drink out of plastic. The last thing I want to do is encapsulate my clothes in plastic, my body in plastic.
Okay. And what about the other fabric that is the one that is the EMF blocker? The fabric that is EMF blocking, is that a better fabric, or?
I would need more. I know about some of these companies. Here's what I'd love to really share about these things. I think that these imprintable fabrics, I think that you're going down the right path. And even with these plastic recycled clothing, we have a problem on planet Earth. We have way too many. We have a problem. We have a problem with trash. We have a problem with toxicity. We have a problem with electromagnetic fields. And one thing that I would like to share is that as a human, we're more adaptive than we give ourselves the ability to.
I throw that trash away.
Was that?
I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't know I was still on. Sorry.
Okay.
I was just looking for things that make sure that the bioresonance doesn't get affected by the fabrics that we're wearing.
Yeah, I think everything influences everything. And I think EMFrocks.com, I'll totally plug one of my Vibe owners and really good friend, Justin Franson. He owns a company called EMF Rocks, and he uses natural materials from one exclusive mine in Nevada. And you can buy a box of the bag. It's like a bag of these rocks, and it's been shown to absorb and block electromagnetic fields. Another thing that I'd love to show, people talk about these organite pendants. We can make pyramids of them as well, and they also block electromagnetic fields. So, there's a lot of different ways of kind of protecting yourself against it. But really, the stronger part is about empowering your nervous system. Because instead of being a victim to negative electromagnetic fields, instead of being a victim to toxicity, instead of being a victim to emotional aspects, I invite you to take positive action and step into your highest expression, that your body is strong enough to handle whatever electromagnetic fields are coming at you, because our humanity are evolutionary specimens.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Thank you for your whole lecture. You were amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. And where are you located?
Well, I'm usually in Hawaii, but right now I'm in California, but I go to Texas and Hawaii and California a lot.
And are you a Vibe owner?
I'm a Vibe lover, and a lot of my friends are.
Okay, so you have friends that have vibes.
Yeah, oh yeah. And I went to Burning Man, and somebody had it there.
Oh, this year?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, great. Oh,
Yeah.
Bobby. Did you meet Bobby?
Bobby, which Bobby? What's his last name?
Bobby from Australia. You would know him. He's like one of
Oh,
the most beautiful men I've ever met. And he's from Australia. And I think he was at Burning Man with his vibe. Blonde hair.
probably. Yeah, probably. There was so many people, but I
Well,
was
great.
just
I'm glad
grateful.
we didn't make the Burning Man this year. Maybe next year. And we're probably going to host a vibe camp.
Nice. Okay, I want to be in their camp for sure.
Stay connected.
Okay. Yes.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Lee.
You're
Leah.
welcome. Thank you. Yes, Leah.
Thank you. So yeah, make sure to follow us on Instagram. Let's stay connected. And we'd love for you to bring a vibe to what island are you on in Hawaii?
Maui. Maui.
God bless you. God bless Maui. You know what? You need I think we had a vibe owner there. I'm not sure if they're still there. I'm not sure who's still what it looks like in Maui right now. But
My blessings to you too. My goodness.
Thank you.
Wow.
we need to raise the vibration of Maui and get the vibes going. We have on other islands, Big Island, Oahu. We definitely have vibe owners on almost every island. And I think we actually have one on Maui as well too. And that's been one of my intentions. Really one thing you want to know about my music, Sonic Pharmaceuticals, is one of my first things that I got initiated to in 2001 was Hawaiian Huna. And I got initiated with Hawaiian Huna symbols. And we have Hawaiian Huna and Kabbalah symbols embedded into all of my music. Embedded into all of my music.
Yes.
So you're going to be receiving those symbols embedded in music. And I am wearing a Life Wave patch. If anybody's interested in getting involved with Life Wave, let me know. You know, I got to tell you, what I like about Life Wave, they've been working with I've been working with imprintable technologies since 2000. In fact, I want to show you something else real quick. This is called a UMH water system. These are on our website. Inside this ball here are vials, energy vials, and it's made by a company in Austria that has a company in Austria that makes quantum computers, and they imprint quantum computer information into these vials, and you pour the water through it, and it structures the water. So I'm into imprintable technology and working with LifeWave patches. Remember, I said I don't work with. It's hard as a practitioner to be congruent because as a young doctor, you'd be like, okay, I'm reversing chronic illness with bioenergetics. Why do I need to give somebody a supplement? What am I going to give them, a B vitamin? What's that going to do? And I support B vitamins, and also I don't want to put it down, but I guess at the end, Olaf Skili, yes, I'm glad we can talk about Olaf Skili in a little bit as well too. So I've always wanted things that are like congruent bioenergetically. And what these X39 patches do is they work with stem cells. Bioharmonic Technologies, Sonic Pharmaceuticals Volume 1 also has a stem cell activation protocol. It's called Universal Phi. And so now you can, get, and I really, Dr. John Harmon, he also is a Vibe owner. I met him at Cellcore. He's the one that got me involved with this company. And he said something really interesting is like, why would you want to inject fetal stem cells? Or why do you want to, or like from another person, when you can actually stimulate your own stem cells? And that really resonated with me, actually. I can't tell you how much I'm really like feeling from them, but I told myself I'm going to start wearing them every day and see how I feel. And I've been working with them now for like maybe a month or two, so it's new for me. And I think that it's aligned with people that begin businesses with the Vibe, with Bioharmonic Technologies. I saw some of my Vibe owners on here that have opened up their own clinics since then. They're working with the Vibe, they're working with the life patches. So I think it's congruent message of imprintable technology, sound, light, frequency, and vibration. And if you're looking for a distributor to work with, we would love to have you be part of our organization. And if you're already working with them, we'd love to have you come Vibe with us. And then, Olaf Skili, the book Keys of Enoch. Yes, I don't even know where to get started with that. If you guys don't know Olaf Skili, he's literally the father of vibroacoustic research. I think he's Finnish or Swedish or something. But he was the one that did the original research on vibroacoustics. He took a beanbag chair and I think put a transducer in it and worked with autistic children, and really did all the first research about all the fundamental reasons. As soon as I read his stuff, I recorded all of his frequencies and I started putting them into my music. So can you share all the research with us? We're putting together a research through our website. So stay tuned to our website. I want to be able to disseminate it out in the right way. So when it's presented to the world, people start making different claims about things that I want to make sure gets presented correctly. So we're careful about putting research out and what claims are being made with this research and what we're associated with. So Victoria, stay tuned because everybody wants that information. So our team is working on that. And if you have do you want to come on camera and ask a question, Victoria?
No, I was just looking to read more. I think somebody shared. It's pretty late here.
There you are.
So somebody's, yes.
Where are you?
Somebody shared the link. I'm in Florida.
All right. Where in Florida?
My office is in West Palm Beach.
And what do you do?
Transpersonal hypnotherapist and medicine woman.
You have that medicine woman vibe to you.
So the research goes hand in hand with what I do, which I find the science to back that up pretty fascinating, obviously.
Well, I'd love to share with you my book if you're interested in that. And then I can share with you, we have lots of research from all different places at all different times. This new article was in PubMed. Lots to unpack in there. I think it's super relevant. They talk about ultra low photonic emission. I mean,
yeah, that's what I was referring about.
I can send you that. I can send you that link. They're talking about, I think it's really interesting when you see terms like photonic emission and they talk about morphic fields in the same sentence. We're going in a new direction. And really, I'm committed to research about cellular memory. And people always ask me, you know what they say to me? Where's your research? And you know what I say to them? It hasn't been done yet. Like, give me the grant and I'm going to do it. Like, it doesn't exist. We're doing it. Give me the grant money and let's go put this thing together.
It's pretty exciting. I have a question for you now that I have you here. When this the ADD client goes through the session, 30 minutes later, we can see the different energy centers realigning. Mm-hmm. How long is the effect after the session, after one session?
How long does it last?
Yeah. Like, have you been able to track that?
I mean, everybody's different with that. And one of the things we were doing, just to give you some context on those scans, we were doing a lot of pre and post scans, kind of haphazardly, like just like doing them and seeing them in that moment. And then COVID hit. Mm. And then, I've been on the road. So we're just actually getting that system, the HRV system back. In fact, I just found all those studies on my computer. So we're looking into 2024 to actually put together like a research facility, probably in Southern California, and start doing more bioenergetic testing to validate these things before and after. But here's what I know. It's like going to the gym. Like, you get a good workout in, if you don't go for another 2 years, you still have cellular memory that you went to the gym. When you imprint your connective tissue, you keep that imprint. And then if you do it again, you refortify it. So, and I always say that the hardest part of the whole process of healing, working with healing people, is making that first change. Because like you do something to them or with them, and then something happens or not. Like, sometimes, like I can tell you, sometimes people come on practice and nothing happens. And then I'm like, okay, so you're always trying to make the physiological effect happen. But once you do something and they respond, then you're like, cool. Like, then it's just a process of navigation, because the body says, yes, please, thank you, more please. Like, we're basically, the body's saying we're vibing. we're vibing. So now it just comes down to your ability to communicate with the body and interpret what it's saying to you. And so I believe that every impact is a permanent impact. And another thing to make to that comment as well is I also believe that just because we can't take in so much information, so like like the first time let's just say it's the first time you smoke pot, you're like, oh my God, I got really high smoking pot. And then as you smoke pot more and more, you need to smoke more pot just to get that high. And you never really get as high as you got the first time you got high, because the body's neurological programming is such where, oh my God, we don't know what this is. And that's like, oh, we now know what this is. And it has a reference point and it begins to accommodate. This is the whole premise behind vaccines. We don't know, the body's like, we don't know what, we've never seen that in our nervous system before. And now we do. And next time we see it, we can make an immune program to it. That's like the upside of what a vaccine would do. But it's that principle, we weren't counting on all the negative stuff in there.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Thank you, Victoria.
Dr. Schwartz, may I ask you a question?
Yes, sir. Thank you for being on this call with us today.
Oh, you slam dunked it. Very nice. I just finished Dispenza's book last night, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. And he starts out all over what you were just talking about. The energy showing up as it knows itself, showing up as, subatomic particles, cells, organs, us, the 0.01% that we're paying attention to, that being material things. You're all over it.
Thank you.
And so I am so over data this and data that, because maybe it's because I'm a believer, but I think that it makes sense to me. So my question is this: for those of us who want to share it with people in a meaningful way, that being people that we want to do work with, people that we love, people that we're in relationships with, it's all about now using the music. For me, in terms of setting up playlists that are spot on for who's going to be getting on the system, it would be great to start having conversation with you about that. It's not enough to say, okay, sell Sonic-Ceuticals.
Yeah.
And there are 70 things to choose from, but how can we start to put together pathways for people to use the music that you've created to get to an end goal or outcome?
Well, so
Thank you.
You have access.
Thank you for the question. I had the same question.
Okay, wait, who just said thank you? Was that Kristen?
Yes.
Okay, great. So in the Vibrafile app, we have 21 preset protocols.
Right.
And really I try to make them as easy descriptive as possible. I had there's ones for addictions. Okay, you have addictions, use that. You have neurodegeneration, use that. Like I try to make them simple. Now, one thing that I would really love to do going forward, and just to put this in perspective, I'm building the vibes. I'm also creating this content. I'm also running the company. I'm also making the music. And there's an hour and I got, I'm busy. I'm trying to manage my own life. I just need the vibe 24 hours a day myself. So, but really what we're working on doing with my team is aligning into a new process where we can where I can do more education. Like my team, they really believe in me and this vision. And really what I love to do best is to speak. And actually, I've been casted to be in a movie that's going to be out the end of January 2024 called Beyond Physical Matter. And I'm going to be in this movie as an expert on consciousness and quantum healing. So the producers have been booking me with all these speaking engagements coming out of there. So this is a great platform for me to really start doing more speaking. And you brought up Joe Dispenza, and somebody texted something early on in this chat about Joe Dispenza. I had in 2004, when he was in his movie, What the Bleep Do We Know? He inspired me. I was a young chiropractor. I was only 4 years out of school, and he was in a movie, and I was really very inspired by him. And years later, I was friends with his publicist, and I was hanging out with her in Boulder, and she was like, "Do you want to go to dinner with me and Dr. Joe?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I had the privilege of having an amazing dinner with her, myself, and Dr. Joe in this little restaurant in Boulder. And we had a meeting we had a dinner for like maybe 2.5 hours. And I said, Dr. Joe, I want to do what you do. And you know what he said to me? He says, then you need to be an expert. And I was like, I was already pretty deep into my practice. Like, okay, cool, I can be an expert. But now he inspired me to do this movie to kind of follow in his footsteps. And I love Dr. Joe because he's very much empowering others through their own mind to do their own meditation. But the reality of it is that I feel that it's kind of a long road. And I have people that do a lot of Joe Dispenza stuff that are our clients, and that we can jump into another process, like I was talking through the ectoderm, through full body harmonic vibration. You can apply Dr. Joe's meditations through the vibe. So we're working on it. I'm not in the business of just making vibrational sound beds. There's other companies. Anybody can play any music through the vibe. That's mildly interesting to me. What excites me is creating a global community of people that are aligned with vibrational resonance and that want to work with the most advanced, and want to work with the most advanced, what am I trying to say? They want to work with the most advanced science and the most advanced technology for raising the vibration of the planet, harmonizing humanity. And I'm committed to making this technology better and better and making more and more music and really writing out the protocols. I do offer an online course that is on our website. I think it's got to look for it. We'll have to find it. I'm sort of Aimsley or Linda can maybe post a link to the online course in here. And it's what I call kind of the prerequisites. Getting the understanding of everything that's in that course will get you going in the direction of, it's kind of built it's built as a course for creating somatic music. But the information is very relevant. So let's just keep talking. Linwood, I really love having you as part of our community. And you're always there at my Thursday calls. And by the way, we offer Thursday calls if you're going to be new to our community after tonight and buying a vibe. We have these Thursday community calls. We have a WhatsApp group with all the owners. So we do a lot of community things. And eventually we're going to be hosting a Vibe Fest. So stay tuned. Kristen, well, your question?
One room at I just need one more room at the Luxor, and I'll see you there.
Are you going to 11/11?
Yeah, me and my girl are both going. We were talking to Emily about it the other day.
Okay, so we're going to be there. We're hosting a Sonic. If you guys are going to be in Vegas for 11/11, we're going to be there at the Luxor. I'm doing a workshop, and I'm doing a Sonic Alchemy journey, and we have a vibe booth set up there. So please come vibe with us on 11/11 and activate the ley lines of Las Vegas. What's the link to the affiliate link? Okay, Linda already got that. Thank you, Linda. Any other questions? I really, let's see. EMF Rock saved me this summer. Oh, great. Awesome. Donna, I'm glad you're connected. Yeah. So Emsley's talking about, I mean, I think $100 for half-hour sessions are great. Kristen, I'd like more information, marketing materials with a Y. And then, yeah, you have a vibe, right, Kristen? Yep, Your Honor. So we have a whole video and resources page. Emsley, she's been helping us with all, so you can message her directly. Yeah, here's EMF Rocks. I'm so glad that Justin Franson is a longtime friend and Vibe owner. So he's going to be stoked that I'm plugging him if he gets all these new orders from this webinar. I'll have to check in with him. 528 hertz, or who, is my jam. What's who? I know 528. I love the Huna. Yes. I mean, these are some of the things people talk about. 528, also about 440, 442, all these different things. They're all kind of connected into, I think, the intention behind the frequencies. Really great.
We have Shana that has raised their hand.
Okay, Shana. Okay, Shana. Okay.
Yeah, I just had a question.
You want to come on video?
Kind of not, but okay. Quick question. I'm new to
Where are you calling from?
Oh, I'm in Southern California, close to Palm Springs.
Great.
I'm new to the bed. I've only had it a few weeks. Just a quick question. Can you hook the a Bluetooth speaker up to my thingamabob?
Okay, so I think you're thinking of Bob as a tablet.
Yeah, my tablet. Thank you.
Yeah. You can go Bluetooth to your tablet, but right now we don't have Bluetooth access to the Vibe.
Okay.
But you can plug in, but instead of the headphones, so just as a hack for this, you can plug in, you can get two things. You can unplug the headphones and just plug the headphone cord, the aux cable, directly into the speaker, and then the Vibe will vibe and it'll come through the speakers. You just won't have the headphones. If you wanted to split the headphones, you can just buy a splitter and plug an aux cord into the speaker and the other end going into the headphones, and then you can listen to headphones and the speaker at the same time.
So I didn't quite understand all that, but I can Bluetooth it then.
You can Bluetooth to the tablet, but not to the Vibe.
Oh, okay. Now that makes sense. Okay. Well, that would be nice if we could Bluetooth it.
Okay, so let me tell you, we're working on some new technology where we will have Bluetooth capability. If you want my honest opinion, I've been working on it for 3 years and I thought it'd be done by now. So me too. And stay tuned.
Hey, Dr. Schwartz.
Yes, sir.
I have the input from my iPad. So my iPad is Bluetooth to the input. And then the system and the headphones are getting a signal from my iPad and everything works.
Describe, so you're putting that, how are you picking up the Bluetooth in our system? What's the input?
Yeah.
The system is plugged into the amp, right? And then the input from the iPad is plugged into the amp.
Okay.
So you, instead of plugging into the amp from the iPad, plug into the amp with a Bluetooth receiver. And then
a Bluetooth receiver.
And then the signal from my iPad's going to that Bluetooth to the amp, and it powers the system and the headphones.
And you just solved a 3-year problem.
So I can walk around the house with my iPad and change tunes or anything I want to do while someone's on the system.
Okay, great. I think you do, but you need to get a Bluetooth receiver though.
Yes,
it's what I would love for in our owners chat, if you could post a link to that Bluetooth receiver, that'd be great.
Okay.
For all of us, right?
If you want to put it in this chat, you can. If you have it available, or in the owners chat.
Let me look for it, and I will put it in there now.
Yeah, and maybe a quick little video so we can all see what you're doing and get a concept of what you're doing, because that's really interesting.
Exactly. Okay, would you like a menu program from A to Z? That's the music menu. That's this. And you can go to our video and resources page and download the copy right here. And it's all right here. And we make it simple. We try to make it simple, and then it's a jump off. And then beyond that, you can just start jumping into whatever else you need. And then join. Are you on our owners chat?
Are you asking me, the new person? No, I didn't know anything about that yet, but I'm learning.
If you can, we can. Yeah. Let's see. I would ask, send somebody a Bluetooth, a WhatsApp chat text, maybe Linda or Emsley.
Yeah, that was the one of the links I sent you today was for our WhatsApp group chat. And so, but we can talk later, and we can get you further set up with what you need. I did send you one of the links today. I know I sent you a couple of links. I think the first one was the WhatsApp group chat, but anything else, we can talk outside of this, and you're welcome to contact me, and we can figure out how to get you set up even further.
And I have to say, other than having my new bed, you're the second best thing about this experience that I'm having. So thank you, darling. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Real quick before Shanna hops off, because I asked Shanna to hop on tonight because she's experienced a really beautiful. She's experiencing a really beautiful thing with the Vibe, and if you can just real quick, Shanna, 3 minutes, nothing too long, but share with us your beautiful experience.
I thought about how to do this.
You're the woman that Gentle Bear donated his Vibe to, right?
Well, we can. Yes, I'll probably. I'm going to give it back to him soon, but by my own. But yes,
This is incredible, everybody. This is an incredible story, and he told me this, and I'm really thankful to meet you.
I don't know where to start. I didn't even tell her half of the stories. I just knew through a friend. Gentle Bear came out, and he goes, "I'm going to help you," and we did a business deal, and kind of owed me something, so he brought me the bed. And I just have to let you know, my body all of a sudden got riddled with arthritis. But I didn't share this with you this morning, by the way, but I have been going to the emergency room for pain in my back at least once a month for the last 6 to 8 months. And I'm talking, well, anybody who gets the ambulance to come pick you up, we know what pain's about. And the day I got released out of the emergency room, he brought the bed over 2 o'clock in the morning. And I said, look, I can't even stand. And he goes, we'll put you on the bed. I don't know how to I can't exaggerate this. The next morning, 5 a.m., I got up and I was walking. Like, this is impossible. This does not happen. And I have not had a visit to the emergency room since. Now, the other thing I wanted to say is I have had a total shoulder reverse replacement. And doctors, I'm sure you know what an intense surgery that is.
Yeah.
And 22 months ago, they just tried to reconstruct it by putting a few tendons back, or like all the tendons in the bicep. Didn't work. So I went in, I had the whole surgery. And I've been getting on this bed. Again, I don't know anything about the bed, really. I just know it's supposed to work. And I talked to my surgeon this morning. It was amazing. He goes, you are way far advanced in your healing. I don't know what you're doing. And I told him about the bed. And, doctors are doctors. And he goes, you should not be able to even lift your arm. And look at this. Woohoo! My arm is up here.
Yes.
I'm not in pain. And my doctor was just amazed because he said, I've never seen this in all my years of surgery. You are like 3 months into your healing and it's only been 2.5 weeks.
Wow.
So whatever I'm doing it well. I sleep on it. And my kitty cat loves it too.
Yes.
He's a cat and he's a barn cat.
Love it.
But I
That's
don't know what this thing is doing, but it's healing my body and I'm so grateful. Wow. I don't know how that happens. My doctor doesn't know anything about it, but you guys, whatever this thing is.
You need to tell him, say, listen, I'm doing this. Tell your doctor.
I did. I tried to mention to him, and I also.
Yeah. You say, hey, do you want to talk to the doctor that invented it? Get my phone number.
Actually, I have a meeting with him or to see him in another 2 weeks. And I will, because he was astonished. Actually, it's the first time I found him to be quiet. He was amazed. I don't know, guys.
I want to share something with you about this because my background is in sports medicine.
Oh, so you know what I've been through.
Yeah. I mean, I moved to Colorado to work with extreme sport athletes. I ended up having this life-changing experience that brought me into working with chronic degenerative conditions and allergies and all that stuff. But it wasn't, but my first passion is with sports and sports injuries. But the reality of it is it's all the same. Like if you bring your body into parasympathetic, it begins to heal. And the only reason you can't raise your shoulder is because it's in shock and trauma.
Yeah.
And so if you release the shock and trauma, it can move. And I've used this. I have some amazing stories I could tell you with my little laser that I love, class 4 lasers. I mean, I did something, and it's really just about bringing the body, giving the body, and I actually write about this. I have a chapter in my book that specifically says about giving your body permission to heal.
Yeah.
It's an important part because what happens is you go to your doctor, it's like, oh, you're going to need, you're never going to walk again. You got 6 weeks.
I've heard that.
To live. You're going to have to put in a stent or whatever. And they come from a place of authority and you say, oh, really? Or that's your, or like, what about your mom saying, you're stupid, you'll never amount to anything, or your spouse saying, you're not pretty. People from authority, it gets anchored in your system. So this is technology about Bioharmonic Technologies is a company about self-empowerment.
it's funny you should say that, because since the shoulder surgery and my new bed, I actually opened another new little company today. I don't know where I got the energy from. I don't know if it's because I'm pain free. I don't know how I didn't get addicted to pain pills. That, thank gosh, with the bed I don't have to take them. I mean, my mind is, I'm just a whole new person. My friends look at me and they're like, wait, who are you?
We got to get a record. We do
Thanks
have
for
this
my life.
recording. I guess we need to get this recorded in a more professional manner. Yeah. Gentle Bear told me about Michael Page is his name, aka
Yeah,
Gentle
Michael.
Bear.
Yeah, Michael.
Michael Page. He told me, he texted me, and this is my point, everybody. There's still 22 people on this. Who's here still? Okay.
We have a question. What programs are the best to get into parasympathetic?
Great question. I want to say what I was about to say real quick, if I can remember. Where was I going?
Something about being more professional taping it, and then you wanted us to learn something else. I don't remember. I don't know. You guys, yeah.
Dr. Brown, you were talking about there's still 21 people on the call.
Yeah, I did say that for people. There's something I wanted to say before in the broadband question. I lost it. See, that's what happens when you're channeling. It's just like it just comes and goes.
Yeah, something about Gentle Bear and Michael Page.
Oh yeah. So yes, thank you.
Oh, you're telling me about.
Don't say anything. I don't want to forget what I was gonna say. This is one of my core things we talk about with technology is they're portals. Like literally they're interdimensional portals for your living space. By the pure definition, I know that every one of these vibes, they're nodes. And when you place the node in a space, it raises the vibration of the space, not just to the people that own it, but the people in the surrounding area. Michael Page is an amazing, I know him. I met him years ago through Dr. Nick's Essential Oil Wizardry. I love Dr. Nick, who's also a vibe owner. One of my somebody I have lots of respect for, Dr. Nick, who makes oils, who's a pharmacist. But he came down one day and had an experience similar to you. I was visiting a friend of mine in San Diego, and he says, man, I want to buy one of these. He's like, he just got off the vibe. He's like, I need to own one. And, he's had his own ups and downs with his work and finances and all this stuff. And really, at the end of the day, he's sharing this technology with his community. And look at what's happening. And so I'm inviting the 22 people, 21 people that are still on this chat, whether you're a vibe owner or you're thinking about becoming a vibe owner, I mean, for $6,500, $5,500, I mean, the reach that this can do in your community and in yourself for your life. If you're like, oh, how am I going to pay for it? It's a portal of high vibration. Nothing bad can ever come from owning a vibe. And this is a perfect example. So the only story that's better than you is the story about Michael buying the vibe. So he had the vibe so he could share it with you. And that's what I love. So thank you. Thank you for vibing with us. And thank you for being part of this community.
Oh, I'm so excited. He literally picked me up out of my recliner. I haven't been able to sleep in my bed for 2 years because of my pain. Of course, he cleaned my urine up and stuff because I couldn't do anything. And he put me on the vibe, and I just knew I was going back to the emergency room or taking a handful of pain pills the next day. And I walked out and fed my horses, and I go, this is amazing.
A vibe a day keeps the doctor away.
But I can't keep my cat away from it.
No, that's good. I have something we say about the cats, but this is a PG. I'm not going to do it. But anyhow, we have to do with cats. We have a whole thing. I also want to acknowledge if they're still here, our friends from Austria. They've been very vocal during this. They asked if we had are our Austrian friends still here? Who are our Austrian friends? Right here, yeah. Joachim.
Joachim.
How do you say it?
His name is Joachim. I don't know how you pronounce it. I'm German, so I know. But I'm in Florida, so.
Okay, so Joachim, if you're here and you want to come on camera, you've been asking questions. We actually do have a vibe, one vibe in Austria. And a dear friend of mine, Elizabeth, owns that vibe, so I can get you guys connected. But we would love to expand our Austrian vibe community. And we're going to be in Amsterdam for the Biohacker Summit mid-October.
That's
And so if anybody's going to be in Europe and they want to come vibe with us, I went last year as a VIP guest to the summit, and this year I'm a silver sponsor, and we've also signed up to be a silver sponsor next year in Tokyo, Japan. And so we are committed to expanding the vibes in bioharmonic technologies globally, all around the world. And so, yeah, and probably we have the most vibes in Germany. And then, Linda, did you say there was a question?
Yes, Kirsten was asking what programs put the body in the best parasympathetic state.
Yes, great question. So it's the concept of body hypnosis. What puts the body into parasympathetic is full body harmonic vibration. Now, even when we have beta, like when we listen to abundance, it's a beta brainwave state. So we have beta brainwave state. And if you're not familiar with what beta brainwaves, it's about alertness and sharpness. Okay. But we have that to be alert, but yet we're getting full body vibration, and it just like immerses you in this experience. So it's more about all of the programs put you into parasympathetic, some more than others. If I was really needing to like choose which ones, energy clearing will take you there. Spectrum, cell cleanser. I mean, those are probably like my top 3. Transformation will take you there. But really all of them. But yeah, basically all of my Gen 2 protocols, which were transformation, abundance, cell cleanser, spectrum, all 3 of those. They all have theta brainwave states in them, and amongst others, full body vibration. Any other questions?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Who is this?
It's Kirsten.
Okay.
How about it? Like, I know you don't want to go too much into the actual details of it, but I would like, okay, when I go in the menu and I see like abundance or something, if there be an indication how long each of them is. So if I go into I'm learning it all, and to the right side where I can make my own program, like I like to see how long everyone is. So I can say, oh, today I have 40 minutes time. Okay, let me pick this one. Oh, I only got 20 minutes. Let me pick this one.
Well,
is there a way of doing that?
I mean, you can see what they are. In my CDs, I had the time on them. On the app, on the app, I mean, when you start the music, it'll show you how long the track is.
Absolutely.
So you can look there.
Yeah, I see. I got to click on the track, and then I see the
so
time.
We have a 2.0 app that's being built, and it's going to have a lot of these things fixed on it. So
what you just said about CD, because the other day I didn't have Wi-Fi and I couldn't get it working, and I really needed it. I really needed it.
Well, you don't need the Wi-Fi. So you also have, guys, this is really good. That's on here. How many people on this call are Vibe owners, and how many people on this call? If you're a Vibe owner, write V, and if you're not a Vibe owner, write N. I want to see, yeah, how many non-Vibe owners do we have on this call? Because this talks about this talks about really why we programmed this the way we have it. We have our app, and 2 things you can do with the app. You can save in the favorites. If you go into the music component of the Vibrafile app, you can heart the little up right-hand corner, and it'll save the music offline. So if you don't have Wi-Fi, you have all your music.
Yeah, I need to do that.
Favorite. Yeah, so I recommend going through and picking all your favorite music, put it all in there. But then if you still don't have it saved and you're offline, you can go into the other app, Museo Player, and all the music is hardwired onto that app as well too. So you always have access to the music, whether you have Wi-Fi or not.
Okay.
Okay. And
So, doctor, if we're talking technical, or do you have a couple other questions?
okay, Shannon had her hand raised.
I do. I don't understand when people say they only have 20 minutes or 30 minutes. It makes sense. But why are we just not sleeping on it? That's what I do. I sleep on it all night long, and it continually goes.
You can. I mean, it depends on what you're doing. You can sleep on it. I sleep on the Vibe on a regular basis when I have it available if I want. Or I wake up first thing in the morning and I get on the Vibe. Some people are running these as businesses and they're not running a hostel. You know, maybe we should open up a Vibe hostel.
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah, we can open up a Vibe hostel.
That would be really awesome.
That's actually a great idea.
I see we're burnt. Something's being born right here.
No kidding.
And so these are, these are different things. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's a vibrational individualized body enhancement system. It's not a bed. It's not a couch. It's not a chair. It's not a mat. It's none of those things. You can sleep on it, or you can use it for a 20-minute activation. You can, like, for me personally, I was getting ready to go out. I'm here in Tulum. I'm in Tulum, Mexico. I was getting ready to go out. I was leading a live sonic alchemy journey, and I just got this really cool electric bike. So I was in town getting a lock and a basket and all these things, super hot. I come back and I'm exhausted. And I was supposed to do a sonic alchemy journey at night. And I just laid down to take a nap. I'm like, why am I going to take a nap? Let me just go get on the Vibe. And I listened to energy clearing and abundance, 30 minutes. And I was up till 5:30 in the morning.
Oh,
Wow.
That's Tulum style, Saturday night. So, but I'm saying those, and even when we take it to Burning Man, people don't sleep at Burning Man. So you can literally go and lay down for an hour and then reset yourself, and then you're good to go for another, whatever, 2 or 3 days. Okay. Any other questions?
yeah. Which one of the ones would you recommend when you literally jump, when the body gets stuck in fight and flight? Just energy clearing?
Body clearing instrumental.
Okay.
It releases shock and trauma. It brings the body out of, so yeah, I'm looking here. So yeah, I think this is pretty much, I think everybody on here still, you guys are all Vibe owners. I don't know about Kelly. I don't know, Leah, Mandy, Graham, good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, Elizabeth. So yeah, this is cool.
Okay, so let me knock this out real quick, doctor.
Okay.
So here's how you get free of having to plug in your tablet.
Cool. Oh, that's awesome.
So this is the front of the sound part, the sound amp, right?
Headphone amp.
So you instead of inputting from your tablet with this cord, into this is one of the things that goes into the Bluetooth.
Yeah, but you need you need to get that other piece.
Yep, you need to get this, and I have put a link in the chat for $20.
Cool.
So you put this into there, and then you put the sonic part, the table part, into there as well, that splitter, and then that Bluetooth will drive them both for inputs.
Okay, so you bought that and a splitter, and then you just plug them one on one.
That's it. The splitter was like $9. The Bluetooth was 20. Split. One side goes to the system. The other side is the input from the music that goes in there, and then you're free to walk around with your tablet.
Wow.
Can you send us the link on how to buy that, please?
Yeah, I did. I'll do it again.
Oh,
He did. Okay. Not the splitter, and then again on.
Okay, coming up. I just want everybody to be free enough to walk around without having to be connected, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, I want to make a statement about Bluetooth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can't Bluetooth on the other end. You can't Bluetooth from the headphone because there's a little delay. So you got to plug the headphones in directly from here. Got to.
Okay. Well, we have new, I think what also, since you got your Vibe, we have new headphones. And they're actually, they're Bluetooth compatible headphones.
Excellent.
Yeah. They're super awesome. They're V-Moda, amazing headphones.
I would like to buy some of those if you, we can just go on the website because mine did break.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and they're on our website.
on the website. Okay.
I think they're actually going to be more. We haven't updated the cost on them, so you're getting a stupid ridiculous because they're $300 headphones, and I think they're on the website for $150. So if you buy them before we upgrade them, then you get a deal. If not, Emsley, can we please upgrade tomorrow?
Yes.
Emily, thank you. That's such
Yeah.
a beautiful lady. You guys are lucky to have her on your team.
Yes, she is.
I
She's
would like to just
wonderful.
do a shout out to the Miss Emsley. In human design, I'm a projector. So therefore, like, I follow invitations. And then really it's not about the problem with the projectors is, with projectors is we need to, like, hey guys, look at us, we have going on. And a lot of people are like, yeah, you're weird. Yeah, whatever. Nobody's really paying attention to you. But what happens is we need in human design, we need generators, which are the people that are like, you are cool. And I want to tell all the world about you. And Emsley is my original generator that we met, and I met her girlfriend at the first ever festival that I went to when I was living in Colorado. And we met in Mexico, and then she was like, oh, Catherine, she's like, I'd love to introduce you to my friend Emsley. And then I met Emsley, and she's like, do you know about Vogel crystals? Do you know about, like, all these things? And we just connected right off the bat, and literally she's been with me even with my old company. She bought an old Vasil Series 1 from my old company, and then as soon as we split, she moved up to LA and has been part of my core team since the beginning. So and it's been really, like, lean and hard, and a lot of the stuff that we've done has been literally just Emsley and me. Like, that's it. And we're like, we need to get this. And then I blew her out and then Linda came in, and we've gotten other people. And now we are developing this team slowly and surely. And the one thing we have is the vibe, like the vibe. We make sure that we keep the vibe intact. And it's a core value of who we are. And I really want you to know that we get overworked. We sometimes get lost with tasks to do. And I'm always trying to make sure things are getting done, and we're doing our best. And that's all I could say. And we want to offer the best experience to all of you. And we don't take it lightly that you are one of our Vibe owners. We know there's other Vibe beds out there, and we are committed to being the best vibrational sound technology in the world, in the planet. And we have our own planet, by the way. It's called Planet Vibe. And the only way that you can be on the planet is if you're in vibrational resonance on the planet. You need a vibe. So you guys are all invited to be and are part of this new planet called Planet Vibe.
I talked to Emsley for another shout out to Emsley. I spoke to her for, within the first 10 minutes, I was already inviting myself to go with her to Europe. And, it was just like, wow, this lady's fantastic. These are the people I want in my life.
Welcome to the Vibe Tribe.
And on a note about the business of what you're up to, Doctor. And it's yeah, man. Let me put my video on. I'm back in the corner now. The business of what you do, customer service, shipping, warranty, all that stuff. Emsley has as the representative for you, as far as my experience of your business is concerned, is freaky in terms of how busy she must be and how quickly she responds, as if there's nobody else in the world that she needs to talk to.
Well, thank you. I would love for you guys to give her a Google review. So thank you. And we know that about Emsley. And you know what? She actually, that's why we brought in other people. And I'd love to also give a shout out to Linda, who I think is still on this call. And really, Amy, not Amy, and Amy, I want to give a shout out to Amy as well, too. She's also on this call. We had there's a lot of stress and pressure during the last couple of years that we've been going through. And let's just call a spade a spade. Shipping's not sexy. Okay. And Emsley, if you haven't heard Emsley sing, that's sexy. and she makes amazing music, and we want to just make music together. But at the end of the day, people need to vibe. So and they need to get shipped. So she took over the shipping job and did it for like probably 2 years until she just got totally burned out on it. And I was here in Tulum, and I know Linda from Tulum, and I was like, I need somebody. Like, Emsley quit. Just to let you guys know, Emsley quit. She was like, I can't do this anymore. I love you, but I got my own stuff to do. And in this living room here, Linda was here, and I was like, Emsley just quit. I need somebody to ship. And Linda, just to give a shout out to Linda, she is an incredible biofeedback extraordinaire. Like, I'm into biofeedback, and that's how her and I connect. Like, I don't know many people at the level of competency that can work with biofeedback other than Linda. That's how I know her from Tulum. And then she was like, I'll do shipping. And I'm like, really? You know what she said to me? It has to get done. And I said, thank you. And she jumped on board, and now she's doing our shipping and doing a lot of other things. And so we're all kind of finding our spots in this company to accommodate, because we know that the bigger portal that we can open, the more that we can accommodate more people to come in. And our vision is to be selling 50 or more vibes per month. And we really want to be selling over 1,000 a year. And that's what we are planning on doing. And it's an exciting industry. I'm excited to do it with the knowledge that I'm sharing through my book and through the music. And once the new Vibrafile app comes out, we're going to be expanding the library. And so the best is still yet to come, everybody. I wanted to just share, I wanted to say a couple things. Is Kimberly Blair still here? She still? We lose her? Who else from my news? Amy Greenair? Amy, are you still here?
Amy is still here, yes.
I wanted to talk to some of my people, because first of all, we're having a little bit of a vibe fest right now. This is turning like the after party. And you're still, where'd you go? Oh, there you are. You're still here, and you're not a vibe owner. And I'm curious if you can share about who you are, why you're here, what you're interested in, and what you're getting out of this webinar.
I am happy to. I met you in Florida through Bob Behringer, and you were at the ketamine facility where I believe the doctor may have purchased. And somehow I gave you my number, and I started receiving texts just recently. And I said, I remember that guy because I remember the technology, and I remember what he was speaking of, and I remember how it resonated with me. I believe truth is simple, falsity ever complex. And I'm understanding that everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. And there's a lot of products being sold, and there's a lot of different places that people are being inundated to give their attention to. So when I heard you speak and I witnessed, I didn't have an opportunity to get on the bed because of the time frame that you were there. And I knew enough about what I've done and understanding our mind-body connection. And I'm very interested in what is being remembered about Egypt and who we are and how many lives we've been, that this beautiful body temple vehicle that we move around in is designed for 1,000+ years, and sacred texts and all that. So that's my own path and journey, and understanding that we all deliberately create our reality. So I'm tuning in to Nassim Harriman, and I've done water fasting with Don Tolman, who traveled all over the world. So I've been plugged in and meeting all of these different people along the way. And when I got your message, I tune in and ask what's in alignment for my own path. And I got to show up, and I received my heaven yes. And I choose to share. So we are emanating this whole electromagnetic field every moment. And I enjoy meeting people like you and people on this call who are conscious creators and who are emanating a vibration in the power of now. And I believe there's no accidents, that we all come together magnetically. And in that, we are offering a vibration. Through our own sound, we emanate, and we are translating vibration. So I love that when I met you, who you were being, and how you showed up as yourself. You ended up giving I heard kind of an appreciation expression when someone purchased your product, and that spoke volumes for who you are, beyond the sale, so to speak. So I pay attention to that. So I pay attention to people's words because we are creating, and all of that comes together. Your presentation tonight was spot on.
Thank you.
I have listened to Nassim Harriman recently. I've listened to Greg Braden, and I've listened to people that are in, Dr. Sue Morter, and all of the beautiful people that are going to Egypt, and all of the things that are activating, and we're remembering, and who we are and why we're here now in this beautiful, powerful, this is a place to be physically. So the fact that you've got these technologies, and I see into our future who would benefit and how we can create the environments that elevate the vibration for us to remember who we are. So to be able to have these beds in places, my dad is in the belief of, we just went and saw a surgeon today. So even though I understand how our body heals and how we can heal instantaneously and what that takes and how we can do that, I feel your technology is, it is really important at this time. And hearing this beautiful woman, Shanna, and everyone share, it's been a blessing for me to be part of this call and this family, because it is, my dad says this saying that's backwards. I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
And I say it backwards. You believe it and then you see it. So
You believe it, then you see it.
yes.
I love
So
that.
as we're creating it and how we show up in our own vibration and our highest vibration, and setting that intention every day for being our own temple as we move around in our temple of light, we're the ones, we get to make that choice. So that's why I'm on this call, and why I chose to stay on, is it's in my heart to do so. And any way I can help, I just wrote down your visions. I love that you guys have your own planet. I love that you are going forth to share in your goal. That's why I really am here. I love to get messages out, and I'm designing retreats and resorts as my future vision. And I see all the quote unquote hospitals turning and being converted into life appreciation centers in their own sense. And so your bed would be part of that. So just imagine your beds as every hospital bed, and that's being ordered for our new experiences. So thank you very much for who you are.
That's why we're doing it.
Yes. And thank you for your team.
Are you a doctor, Anna? I'm just curious. You sound like one.
Me?
Yes. Yes.
No, I've just been researching the truth about our human body and who we are for many years.
You have beautiful words, and you're definitely somebody else I'd like involved in my world. So when are you getting your bed? Sorry, guys.
So that's a great question. So I've been writing out my business plan for my retreats and everything. And so this call was an introduction of, hey, where are you at? Where is your product at? Where is your vision? And what role do I get to play?
Well, let's put it this way. Going back to what you said. So first of all, thank you. Thank you for what you just said. You quoted, who you mentioned are my biggest mentors. I love Nassim Harriman. I have a great story with him. He's been on the Vibe, and it was at the Conscious Life Expo 2020. Mm-hmm. And anyhow, he was brought over. Guy, who's actually no longer with us, who makes the Ajna lights. I met Guy there, and he had like, it was weird. He had his lights, but he had like nothing. He's putting them on the ground, on the floor. And he came to one of our after parties, was like, bring the Vibe there. And so he went over and grabbed Nassim Harriman and grabbed him by the hand and personally brought him over and wanted to do the Vibe with his lights. And Nassim was like, it's too bright, it's too bright, it's too bright, to where he ended up like turning off the lights. And Nassim got a straight Vibe and went in and just, dude, he just went interdimensional. And it was the coolest thing. And then like he was there, he had his whole like entourage of people, and they're like kind of looking at the watch, like, we gotta go. And they pulled him out. And I have this great look of him, like just getting vibed. And he was just like, where was I? That's what he said. Where was I? And then I have this great picture of me and Guy. Actually, I should repost that because I think I just heard a guy died. So I would love to repost that picture on Facebook. But also, I just saw Nassim Haramein present his physics. It was like a 2-hour lecture in San Diego last year. And he validated his science, completely validated the math that I have in my music for the exact same reason that he validated his math, that he did his math, is the same exact reason that I have his math in my music.
Nice.
So like, love that. Same
And
with
he just did a recent free workshop speaking about that he's going to Egypt. No, he's going to Greece, October 21st into November 4th.
maybe
And
go with him. I'm going to be in Europe.
And so they're currently speaking, and they're going to be going to all the sacred sites and things. And what he's sharing, along with he and Greg Braden did the Forbidden Science on the streaming program. Anyway, they did that course. And so a lot of that science that they're proving is exactly what you can tune into to validate everything you're doing. So it all goes hand in hand. So when I heard what you're sharing, you were able to give a great layman's 1-hour presentation that was so succinct, and the visuals you gave was simplified in a way. So for all the information and research I've done, you were able to put it together. So the presentation that you did, if you're able to cut that, I think putting that on your website would be great, because what you're giving is nuggets that some people either know a little bit about, but you're activating what's within us. You're literally flipping the switches. If someone's open and receptive, that's what you're doing.
Thank you.
You're
Greg
welcome.
Braden's another one. Greg Braden, the God code. We use, I have all that. I have Hebrew, the same reason that he did all the research. We have all that in our music as well. Bruce Lipton, Greg Braden, Nassim Haramein. I mean, these are all my idols and my mentors. And actually, I have been aspiring to lecture with them on their stages since 2004. And I feel like now is my time to find my way onto their stages and into their lives. So thank you for that activation.
There's also one thing that's coming to me to share. So I'm in this something called the Rainbow Warrior Pathway for the next 7 years, committed to being a true physician, so to speak, and the Jedi training. It's being called the Jedi training. So there were real Jedis, and there's certain physical and mental, all of that, where we create what's in Star Wars is real. Like there's ways to be able to move. So I'm in that training right now, and my own 7-year path. So what I love is it's all moving our light, really understanding Egypt. The temples were teaching centers for us to understand our body, our temple, and how powerful we are, and our alignment. So your beds, somehow it's popping in for me to share that your beds is an activation when people are clearing the different chakras so that they can have their wheels of energy to be able to move the life force through our temple in the way that the pyramids were showing us how absolutely infinitely powerful we are. And that when we are able to activate and move all of that energy through our body temple in a profound way, we have all of these higher sensory abilities that we activate. So when we can, then we can move and through the portals of the things that we're doing, using this beautiful body temple as a vehicle. So a question comes for me is, in your visioning and what you're in receiving for these beds, is it people use the term awakening tool or an ascension tool or that kind of alignment tool? Do you see that from the resonance of the sound vibes? We're translating, our whole body is translating. We're doing it through sight and everything. Is this something that you're seeing into the future? for people to raise their vibration and consistently be able to maintain their vibration into the years coming.
Absolutely. In fact, we got a call, one of my Vibe owners, she's in Belize, and she calls me and was like, she goes, hey, I bought this property and we're opening up these dream chambers.
Beautiful.
Getting these downloads about dream chambers. And she called me because she read my book.
Beautiful.
And she didn't even know anything about the vibe.
Okay.
She didn't even know I even made, so we started talking and I was like, do you know about the vibe? She's like, what's that? And I was like, how did you get to me? And she's like, oh, I read your book. And I was just like, I needed to reach out to you. And now she owns a vibe, of course. But we went down there and I went down to her place in Belize and she's building this amazing property. And it's all about the ancient mystery, like dream temples of the Egyptians. And so we're definitely going to be making more music. I mean, Emsley, if you get to know Emsley, I mean, I'm really surprised she hasn't bursted into all kinds of, I mean, this is like her dance. That's going to be the next hour. The next hour, I'm just going to stop talking and let Emsley go off on her pyramid, Egyptian, serious activations. But yeah, I mean, we know this is not mine. This is information that is coming through me. And I know what I'm doing. And I've known what I was doing when I went into doing this before. And it actually works better than I thought. Like I knew it was going to work, but it actually works better. So all we really need to do is, for me now, it just becomes to making, better, cooler products, maybe get the Bluetooth going, get some other things going because I like it and it creates my artistic mind of things. But then more importantly is once the 2.0 app comes out, really getting into the recording studio and producing more programs. And we have some potential opportunities with the Monroe Institute. If you're familiar with the Monroe Institute, if you guys don't know Monroe Institute, basically Robert Monroe has been doing research since the 60s about how to go out of body. And so they take you through all these different processes to do that. Now there's people that are saying, hey, they need a vibe. And then we have people that own vibes and they're calling us all the time on their Thursday calls like, hey, my customers are leaving their bodies all the time. So that's the process. They're truly interdimensional portals for your living space.
Awesome. I have one more thing that shows up for me to share. So I was introduced to a university called Mastery Systems. And one of the things I'm trained in a facilitator of is something called body electronics. And it was a gentleman, John Whitman Ray, had started creating that where you plug in, we all emit light. And so we can hold on to acupressure points and close the circuitry, and we can hook up through the back of our neck here, skull, into what they call abbreviation STOs, which hooks up the central nervous system. And through that process of body electronics, what is called as body electronics, you're able to, anything that we've stored and our thoughts that have formed. So we have thought forms within our body as crystallized, and all that light and energy can literally be dissolved when we're plugged in and have all the circuits closed from pineal gland, pituitary, heart, and all of that. So we activate and turn all the lights on in the system. So there's something there for what the vibe bed is also able to do, because what it comes down to is being able to, if someone went in and said, hey, I've got stuff going on, instead of a doctor giving someone through their words, life or death sentence, that they can actually create soothing or relief, and the body goes in to do what its innate intelligence is. So what I'm feeling is the vibe bed and what your book is, and your presence and your entire team is creating something powerful for an environment for others to create their environments in their home, to understand that having our environment set up to enhance our greatest life experiences, that there's something there with the crystallizations, something coming forth with the resonance, as well, of being able to free up the energy that may be stored or blocked in some way. So I'm just feeling into that.
That's great. I mean, these are self-empowerment tools. They're
Yes.
self-empowerment tools. And what I like best, when I was a doctor, you'd go into my office and see my vibe, but I like having a tool that people can bring into their thing. And then like my favorite thing is when the owners chat, when everybody starts posting a picture of like their vibe zones, they're all totally different. And it's so awesome. I would love to collect, like, I don't know, we have like probably 400 vibes in the world. It'd be great to make a book of people's vibe zones. You know, how many, like, if we can get, you know, a book of 400 people just with different pictures of what it would look like, super cool. And so, yeah, we want, you know, we want to be people I want this technology to capture people's imagination and open up whatever portals it does for them. It's like a shamanic journey. It's not like it is a shamanic journey. Shamanic technology is what it is.
So another thought that comes in is I'll be meeting with different resorts for what I'm working on. And I will keep you in mind and your team in mind if you're open for what comes to me is getting into these hotels and resorts. They're now starting to choose to be on the leading edge of fitness and or spas and health, you know, that kind of being able to integrate that into their new visions for what they're creating. So I would love to see when I travel to be able to have vibe stations or things where we can actually do the marketing and the promotion of, hey, you can go have this experience and you can also purchase one for your home after having an experience. So maybe that's a segue. So I'll keep filling in and I'll keep you on the list as far as where
we want to be in all those centers. We want to be part of all of it.
Like what I'm going off of is Dave Asprey and their lab they did with a hotel in Beverly Hills.
Yep.
So I was able to go and look into that, and I thought, you know, this is really cool, and this should be in every hotel. So being on the leading edge of what hotel chains would be open for that, I feel would be great too. Thank you very much for allowing me to share and take this time with me. I appreciate you, and I'll be in touch. And I thank you for reaching out and keeping my name on your list.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you. We are here. You know, I love my vibe tribe, but I also want to be like, who are the people that are on this call? And it's interesting because, listen, we all vibe. Like, look, I'm still looking here. We're still 14 people here. I'm looking through the list. I know all these people, but I'm like, okay, who are the people that don't own vibes that are still here? Like, you know, it's 2 hours after, like, what do you want to know? What question? So I'm definitely going to give you the spotlight and talk, and thank you for sharing. And we want to be in all of these places. We want to be on all of them. So if you have any way that you can get us you know, in, because everybody wants them, they're the coolest ones. We can make we're making custom vibes now to spec. We just are about to close a deal with Osteo Strong for 176 locations, and they're going to be custom. We have some other companies that have some other things going on with us as well too, and we can make the coolest interdimensional portals for the future.
So this leads me to one of my passions is anything I can do to empower. After all of my experiences and research, it comes down to the same simplicity that's being shared. And if you've ever heard of Abraham Hicks and the Ask and Is Given and Money and Law of Attraction, that has been my foundational when I was going through so many self-development courses and doing all of the different things that people on stages are saying to go do. I found that this was when I asked to understand the truth and have information from source, that has been my foundational basis. And anything from this foundational basis is what I'm magnetically drawn to or attracting. And so I choose to share that what you're sharing and what you've tuned into and you're sharing with others. And I love hearing your stories about how you guys have formed your company and what it's taken. And you just knew that this is what you're here for. And thank you for that. So my passion is something that I now was introduced to and have gone through myself is for people to write their own life books, which has them looking at 12 categories of their life so that you are in your driver's seat of your life. And in your own driver's seat of your life, you're choosing what your health and fitness is, what your emotions, what your intelligence is, what all of that categories of your life is, and you're doing it consciously. So then you have a life vision. So in all of that, my passion is to create luxury life book retreats where people come and they write their own life books in an environment that is supportive so that they can redesign and truly intend and see a vision for themselves into something that is extraordinary. And my feeling is that in my retreats that I can introduce the vibe bed and then also to our community of all the people that are consciously writing their life visions and they're creating their lifestyles. So that feels fun for me. And so, yes, again, thank you very much for listening and for sharing the way that you have. And to everyone on this call, I feel very blessed.
Thanks for vibing with us. We're ready. Well, let's know. I mean, listen, the best way to activate a vibe, you obviously have a big vision of what's going on, but the best way to activate a vibe, just like your dad's like said, wait, what do you say? I'll
believe it when I
believe when I see it. You said it's backwards. Like you have to believe it, then you see it. It's the same thing with the vibe. Get the vibe. It's an interdimensional portal and it'll assist you in manifesting the future aspects of what you're doing because it's truly an interdimensional portal. You start asking, you know, you have this, there's like these things about like speaking, okay? We all know about speaking, but of like, and I trust me, I say this to myself. If this is real, okay? If this is real, then it's an interdimensional portal, then aligned to the vibrational resonance, you know, like manifest it. And so if not, I'm just making it up. But the people that we hear always are having interdimensional portal experiences. So I invite you as a tool to use this to assist you in manifesting your dream reality.
Very well said.
And whatever access points you need to do it, we can support you in that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
With you saying you support us with that, do you offer, I think maybe some people, you know, 55, 6,500 might be a little bit of a challenge. Do you offer a financing program of some sort or something?
We do. And thank you for bringing that up. And maybe we need to add a slide for that next time, Emsley. But yeah, we actually have some amazing financing options. The number one thing about my financing is I don't mind if you need some flexibility, but all of our programs are vibey. All of our programs are vibey because we don't want you to be enslaved and get upside down to your vibe. And we had it with the other company that Emsley was associated with, the financing was horrible. And next thing you know, like people are stuck in these like crazy payoff cycles and all this stuff. We don't work with any of those. We have four very easy program. One is something called a SEMA. It creates 90 days, same as cash. If you just need a little flexibility, you can apply. It usually applies up to between $4,000 to $5,000 is the max on it. And, you know, you get approved for X, you pay off the difference, and then you have 90 days to pay off the balance. Super easy. We've done over 60 deals with them. Really easy to work with. PayPal credit. Oh, you get 6 months, no interest. Super easy with them as well. We have another program called Click Lease, and we have, if you want to get approved for anywhere between $10,000 and $25,000, they have a total. You can choose 30 months, 60 months, or 6 months. You know, you can kind of pick where you want, even though there's interest with it. Just find your price. They're really easy to work with. And then we also have like an installment plan on our site as well too. So super simple. All of them, nothing, you can apply for it and check. It's all on our website. In fact, Emsley, if you wouldn't mind posting that one, I think we have like the different links. You can post that in the chat, or we can just send it to Amy herself. And it's super simple. And then get your vibe, start vibing.
Yeah, I think it's important to mention that. But poor Emsley, I think he's given you like 4 tasks during this meeting.
He's the only one left. Yeah. I mean, Linda went to bed, and I think we're going to tell this. We've been out on the call for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And that we did a 2-hour Q&A. I would like to acknowledge the 13. So there's Amy, myself, and Emsley from my core team. So there's the other 10 of you that have been in here the whole time and just listening and soaking in the vibes. Angela, Elizabeth, The Wood, Kelly, Kristen. Thank you guys for vibing with us. And we're going to be doing these on a monthly basis. And we're here. The intention is to educate. Oh, and Leah, she's still here. And oh, here we go. Natasha. Oh, Natasha, I'd like to acknowledge Natasha. I know her from Costa Rica. Are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still.
And she's waiting for her brand new 3.1. And met her in Costa Rica at a Lemurian retreat that we did with Lori Morrison, one of my amazing, also Vibe owner mentors. And so, yeah, I'm glad you were able to get acclimated to our community. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I was having my husband listen because, you know, I don't have the great, big, huge vocabulary you do. And so he was listening on. So we've just had you in the background for the last 2 hours.
Was he into it or was he rolling his eyes?
No, he's into it. He can't wait until he can actually use it. So we're waiting patiently.
So here's the update on the vibes. Anybody's waiting for vibes. The hardest part for us is just getting all the materials together. And we have 2 steps because we have a factory in Mexico. We have transducers, we have foam, and we have vinyl. And we also, depending where we are, needed to get some of those little connectors. So all those things are now in our shipping facility in San Diego. They will be crossing the border probably this week, and then they'll begin assembling next week. And it shouldn't take more than a week, and then we'll be shipping after that. Yeah, so you'll be vibing soon.
Real quick, Dr. Stephen, I was going to share my screen real quick if I could, so I can just show everyone where the perfect. So I'm just going to show you guys real quick. So when you go onto our website, here's our website. Something that's really important, if it's on the desktop, it's right here, video and resources, the things that we've been talking about today in this video and resources. So if you're on your phone, it's going to be like some little 3 lines. Oh, it's not picking up my phone. It's going to be 3 lines that you're going to click with the drop down menu. But here are some really important videos that Dr. Stephen and I put together. The Sonic-ceuticals behind the music that he breaks down each album and talks about the music. Here he talks about more things about the vibe. So this is actually great videos to send people as well as for yourself. And back to the home screen. Oh, real quick. If you scroll down, here's the music menu that we were talking about that has, so you can actually print this out for yourself, but this kind of gives a short overview of what the songs are. And here's some brochures, here's some testimonials. So we're doing our best to continue to add information on this page. Also, here is a video of how to activate your affiliate portal if you want to become an affiliate. So a very, very important page here that we are recently creating and updating. So continue to check back on this page and check it if you haven't yet already. And back on our home screen, so when you type in Bioharmonic Technologies, if you scroll down a little bit here, by the way, this is also our Vibe map, which if you're a new Vibe owner and want to get added to this, let us know. And here is all of our financing options here. So if you click on each one, it'll show up, but these are all 4 of our options here that you can apply for. And I just wanted to show you where that was. I've left a link also in our group chat as well. So
thank you, MC. Also, as much as you guys are talking about how great Emsley is, she built that whole well, her and Hizer, our web guy, the web wizard, the infamous Hizer. And you know, I'm the front man, I'm the visionary, all this stuff, but at the end of the day, we're all doing a lot, and we all are contributing to this small company growing, and it's growing whether we like it or not. And so we're just trying to keep up with everybody. And Amy's been a new addition to our team here, and she's the one with her cool sunglasses in the dark because, you know, it's after dark. But she helps with the communication and doing sales with us, and you know, really nobody ever wants to do sales, but it's what keeps this company going. This is a completely self-funded company. It's been self-funded since day one. The vibes have literally started from $0 from an idea, and it's been like that to this moment. So anybody you know that might be interested in vibes, please refer them to us. Change your vibe, change your life. And I just want to thank you guys for all attending this webinar. This is our second one, and they keep getting better and better. So now I gotta think. Yes.
Question: are you saying if we sell the beds, we get paid a commission kind of thing?
We do have an affiliate program. There's two parts to it. If you want to just refer people to us, hey, go buy a TV. Go buy a TV. I don't know if you get a referral off of that. But if you want to sign up and actually become an affiliate, we just had a woman, she signed up, she had everything in there today. Her PayPal was already in our affiliate chat, and she sold 3 vibes for us. We wrote her a check. She got a check for $3,000.
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah. So just go to our affiliate link, and we paid her for all three of those vibes, and we're thankful and grateful.
Nice. Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Okay, well then thank you guys so much, and thanks for vibing with us. Till next time, and follow us on Instagram.